Well, speaking of the City of Johannesburg, while you're dealing with property, rates and taxes issues, you also have to worry about who's going to be your next mayor. What we do know, who is not your mayor, is Thapelo Amad, resigned just last night and not there very long. Heidi Giokos, morning to you. So questions being asked this morning. What did he actually achieve while he was there? And while we answer that, of course, the question has to be, who's next in the merry-go-round of Johannesburg mayors? Doesn't look good for coalitions, does it?
No, certainly it doesn't look good for coalitions because we've obviously seen Thapelo Amad from the Al Jamaa Party being mayor for just 3 months. And the big question is, why did he resign? According to him, from last night's press briefing, it had nothing to do with the motion of no confidence that he was meant to be facing today. He resigned a couple of hours before he was meant to face that motion of no confidence. And because of his resignation, there is no longer an executive in the City of Johannesburg, which ultimately means that that council meeting cannot sit for today. It is scheduled for next week, Tuesday, which will most likely see the motion of no confidence tabled against the Speaker of the city, which is Colleen Makubele from COPE. But I want us to get some perspective from the Patriotic Alliance. We do have Gauteng McKenzie that is joining us now. Thank you so much for your time, Gauteng. I just want to first ask you what you make of this, because quite frankly speaking, this is a circus. We are in the City of Johannesburg, which is the economic hub, and you have musical chairs playing out here with mayorship. As you from the Patriotic Alliance, what do you make of this?
Thank you very much, Heidi. I think, you know what, I cannot argue with you when you say it's a circus, because, you know, the mayors have been changed. But I think it would have been a bigger circus if we have kept the current mayor. He's a good man, as a good person, but he was totally out of debt. This was too big for him, and I think, you know, to have kept him there would have turned this into a much bigger circus, because Joburg is too big for him, and I think he was the bigger man or maybe he didn't have a choice, because I personally, as the leader of the Patriotic Alliance, would have voted him out, because a man is not capable of running a city as vast as Johannesburg.
What's interesting, though, is that yesterday the Speaker of the City of Johannesburg, Colleen Makubele, said in an interview with eNCA that as much as the Patriotic Alliance might be saying things outside in the public, internally within the coalition, you guys are a united front. And this is something that actually came through yesterday. It seemed as though you were all in agreement that Thapelo Amad must step down, he must resign. But you're now telling me that you think he's out of depth and you would have voted him out.
Yes, I don't know why Colleen speaks on behalf of the PA, but I can say this to you is that I've not changed, I've not said anything in his defense basically yesterday. People always want to be nice, but the truth of the matter is I don't make people stupid. Thapelo is out of debt. He's not the right person for Joburg. I believe that, and I believed that a week ago. We've given him ample chances. I can tell you, I defended Thapelo more than anybody in that coalition. People would ask me, I told JJ, Professor Tabani, no, give the man a chance. I think it's a language barrier. But even I, the one that has protected him, had to come to a realization that he is just not fit for this job. And it's not personal, this is politics. I was saying to them, guys, this is politics, we're going to 2024. We cannot give, if he's our best, then we're in big trouble.
I want to ask you something, and I'm sure you've seen it. Thapelo Amad has put up a WhatsApp status. It seems as though it's a screen grab of a conversation he was having with someone, and it says that he was pushed out, and your name is there. Did you push him out?
Well, he said yesterday that he decided by himself, and this morning when I woke up, everybody's calling me that he said I pushed him out. Well, I think he's not far wrong. We didn't want him. And we didn't really physically push him, but we didn't want him. So we would have voted against him today. So when he made that WhatsApp status, but yesterday he said, we are all one happy family. And for him to put my name on a WhatsApp status and say, I pushed him out. The Patriotic Alliance didn't want him, and I'm going to be clear about it. And it wasn't personal, because if it was personal, why would we have defended him? He is just not the right mayor for the City of Johannesburg. And if that means that we should keep him there to keep harmonious relationships with certain people, then I will never agree to that as the leader of the PA. We will we will, if he puts his name up again as mayor, we will vote against him.
So you're saying he's not the right man to be the mayor of the city of Johannesburg. So who is?
Well, I think there's a lot of talent in the city of Johannesburg. There's a lot of talent. There's people in the city like, I think Dada is a good candidate. Colleen Makubela is a good candidate. The lady of EFF is a good candidate, and even the guy EFF had there. The PA also has very good people like Kenny Kunene. Look at the portals, he's declaring war on them. And I think Kenny, when I told him, he says no ways, he doesn't want to be mayor. But I'm just saying that there's very good candidates.
And yourself? Or do you not see yourself as a good candidate?
I'm a great candidate.
So would you become mayor of the city of Johannesburg?
Well, that train has left the station. My party told me that no, we need you to go around and go and campaign for 2024. But definitely the mayor we will bring now. We will hold accountable, and he needs to give the best because he's surrounded by the best team. All those, leave party politics, all those MMCs that surround him, they are excellent MMCs. You look at Masuku and them, doing an excellent job. It is no excuse for a mayor to underperform like Thapelo did.
Okay, I want to ask you about whether or not you think the next mayor will be coming from the Al-Jama party, because there have been some concerns, or talks rather, that the next candidate would most likely come from the Al-Jama party, and being part of this coalition, what are your views on that? Do you think a mayor would come from the Al-Jama party, and do you think it's advisable that the next mayor does come from the party?
Well, I'm going to be very straight with you. I've also heard the rumors that the next mayor will come from Al-Jama, that I really have no problem per se with it. The name they've put forward from Al-Jama, the gentleman that they've put forward, I never had anything bad about him. Let me put it that way. I don't know him so well that I can vouch and say he is the right guy for the city. But whoever they put there, we should look past party politics. That's why I was even saying that the safety and security guy of EFF that's there, Dr. Tswaku, he's great, I think. And the lady, and even in the ANC, they are great people. I think we've come at a time now where we must put the residents first and not put political relations first. And as thing says that I pushed him, I mean, he must thank me for pushing him, because he would have, I mean, I helped him because he doesn't understand what he's getting himself into. It's better that he goes out now than find himself in more trouble, becoming a meme, becoming the butt of jokes. And you know, the problem that people must understand, every time he messes up, they say, Gauteng, are you now happy? PA, are you now happy? So we're catching stray bullets for his things. He's decampaigning us by being there, because every time he likes to explain things, I mean, I didn't know about that loan. I didn't know about the 9.5 billion. My party didn't know about it. Now we must defend that. We can't defend nonsense at the Patriotic Alliance.
Just lastly, I mean, you're saying here that at the end of the day, party politics should be set aside. And this is probably going to be my most important question, because at the end of the day, you have residents that are in distress in the city of Johannesburg. You had a mayor for 3 months. The previous mayor was ousted. There's been a lot of instability in the city of Johannesburg. It's of great concern. And when you see such instability with leadership, you wonder what's happening with service delivery.
I think the first thing that residents must know here, and I'm also going to be straight with you, the first thing residents need to know is that I did put my hand up. And very well-meaning guys of the DA, the Democratic Alliance, very well-meaning councillors, gave me a call. We met with a coffee, and they said, listen, we just want to ask you some questions before we support you as mayor. Can you please slow down on the rhetoric of illegal foreigners? I said to them, no, I'm not going to slow down. I'm going to chase them out of Joburg. I'm going to chase them out of Joburg. I'm going to go to Hillbrow. I'm going to move my offices to Hillbrow. I'm going to move the Metro Corps offices to Hillbrow, because we'll take our Joburg back by town to town, the different suburbs, suburb by suburb. We'll take Johannesburg back. I said, I'm going to chase illegal foreigners. I'm going to chase the scrapyards that's stealing all the cable, the scrap metal places. And they said, no, but then we cannot support you. But they were honest with me. What I detest is that the DA approached me. I never approached the DA. And all of a sudden, we had informal discussions between Freedom Front Plus, PA, and the DA, where we discussed positions. And then all of a sudden, for them to turn around and to lie openly and say, no, we don't want to work with the PA. But you called me I was minding my own business here. So what I want to say to the residents of Joburg is that I think we've learned a huge lesson with the Thapelo issue. We will come up with a credible person, and we as the Patriotic Alliance will not just support anybody. It's not just that we will support anybody. We wholeheartedly want to thank the other coalition partners for coming around to our suggestion that Thapelo is not fit for the job.
Okay, and you're definitely not going to be the mayor of the City of Johannesburg?
I'm definitely not going to be the mayor of the City of Johannesburg.
Okay, thank you so much for your time. We do appreciate it. That is Gauteng Mackenzie from the Patriotic Alliance. And as you heard Gareth, he is not putting his hand up to be the mayor of the City of Johannesburg. We'll obviously have to wait and see who the next candidate is going to be. We will also be trying to reach out to the Democratic Alliance and Action SA, who actually brought the motion of no confidence against the Speaker, the Mayor and the Chief Whip.